Dez, we got a new award here at Apollo HOU, and he got that dog in him award. And we're gonna
Get the dog in him.
We're gonna give it
That dog in him.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian, LaLima, ApolloDez with you. Follow us on Twitter at BLima790, at ApolloDez1, and of course at Apollo HOU. Hunter Brown's debut was as good as advertised. 6 innings strong, 5 punchies, only 1 walk. Dez, we got a new award here at Apollo HOU, and he got that dog in him award. And we're gonna
Get the dog in him.
We're gonna give it to
that
Hunter
dog
Brown.
in him.
Hunter Brown gets
Hunter
it.
Brown.
First one.
Inaugural Hunter Brown.
Inaugural.
I don't know how to say that word. That word's tough. That one's really
inaugural.
That's a 1-2 front door 2-seam fastball. I'm just like, yeah, sorry.
Inaugural.
Good luck. We're not it won.
It's not like John Ear.
Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough look.
John Ear.
That one broke your brain live. But dog of the week, Hunter Brown. First one ever. Shoved. Absolutely shoved. The boys were at the game. Labor Day. They were laboring. Got some cool shots.
Nice.
Producer Josh with the cam. Hit it.
Yep, he looked great.
Got producer
He was
Cam.
chilling all night.
Stoked
so
about
sick.
that. Can we do that again?
Yeah.
Camera. Is that camera 3?
Camera 2.
All right.
So
We're
we
up
have
and
producer
running.
cam now.
So the boys were at Minute Maid Park. Got some good shots.
Yeah. Actually, let's go to producer Josh, camera 2. How was the vibe? Was the vibe good for
Vibes were solid. Surprisingly, most of the audience seemed to be understanding of the situation, which is pretty impressive for Minute Maid Park. They all seemed to be-
on a weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, on a holiday, a long holiday. Yeah.
day. Yeah. It was pretty packed, and everybody was pumped when he got out of the 5th inning. They were like, they understood the situation. which
Pretty
was sick.
packed. The grass was looking phenomenal in center field.
Yeah.
Yikes. Whew.
Have you ever
Oh.
played on a golf course with grass
Bro, that was a municipal. Like
A
that's
muni.
like
That's a
yeah,
muni.
it was a muni course. That was like $10 green fee. That
Yeah.
wasn't great.
$10 green fee that came with your cart, a hot dog and a bag of chips. We're just happy.
Yeah,
to
and
have
they
you
got
here.
Lady Gaga, and they have Elton or is it
They got
Elton?
Billy
Elton's coming
Joel.
too?
Billy Joel
Joel,
coming. Yeah.
But Lady Gaga, I think, has back-to-back concerts.
Yep. And then they've got Billy Joel like a couple of weeks. I want to say Billy Joel is scheduled somewhere in October.
Honestly, yeah, just tear it up and then get new grass for October, I guess. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's and like when people were talking about it, it's like it's not a knock on the grounds crew. Like if I'm a grounds crew guy or woman and I see what the stage
That was their
I'm
D-Day.
pissed.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking into work and I'm thinking, what the fuck is this?
I mean, there's nothing you could do back-to-back
Right.
nights. Like, what do you? I mean, yeah. But Hunter Brown got that dog in him. Honestly, we've talked about him all year. He had major league stuff in AAA. He was just stuck down there because we're so deep. And what I was impressed about Brian and as a coach and as an outfielder, from my infield perspective, he works so fast. He works
Yeah.
like Urquidy, like just filled the zone up. Obviously, like if I'm a nitpick, he probably had 7-8 fastballs that were down the dick that probably should have been touched, but he's throwing 99, 100. Like good teams will make that hurt, but the Rangers aren't that good outside of Simeon and Siegs. So, yeah, I loved how he approached the game. He was obviously amped up, but fastball 99, slider at 94, changeup at 84, and then he dropped that 12-6 on top of it. Impressive. I think he was at like 76 pitches and like 55 strikes. Like dumb. That's dumb. Like obviously his next start's going to be probably like, I don't want to say like it's going to like, I don't want the fans to be like, if he sucks next week, like, oh, this guy, blah, blah, blah. Like what he did on his opening debut, like that was a unicorn start. Like it was really impressive.
Yeah. I think from where I stood, like the tempo was good. The command of pitches was good, but it just looked like he had been there before. It's like the moment wasn't too big for him being his major league debut. It just didn't look like he was a rookie making his debut on the mound in front of a jam-packed Minute Maid Park that was there to see him. And like I said on the intro, it was as good as advertised. I mean, the dude came out, was cool, calm, collect. The first one was 97 right at the knees for a strike. Like that was what started his outing, and it was just disgusting. I think, didn't he throw a slider at like 96.4 miles an hour or some crazy shit like that, and it matched the highest velocity on a slider only to DeGrom?
Him and DeGrom.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good company. That was the thing for me, is like he had been there, done that. And honestly, right now, Hunter Brown should have a playoff spot. He should have
I think
roster spot.
I think we talked about it. Like he'll be in that Corbin Burns role. Like I know people were just like tweeting he should be in the rotation. Like, all right, pump your brakes. But there's a legitimate spot for this kid to pitch in the playoffs. You're throwing 99 and then you're wrinkling 84, 86, and then 94 with your slider. Like that plays. And if it's a 1 inning roll, it's a bridge guy, whatever it is, or is it, hey, we're down big, or we're up big, go eat 2 or 3 innings. Like go eat. And I think a big thing that people aren't really talking about, because I think everyone's perspective before the news that he's going to get a start was he's going to come out of the pen, right? And being up for almost a week, I think to the day, or maybe 6 days. I think I called up Tuesday to the taxi squad, but I think having a week under your belt being in the show with the Astros was huge. Yeah. You traveled with the team. You actually got to see them play the Rangers up in Arlington, and then you obviously did the road trip, and you kind of got in a routine. It's not like a guy coming up from Sugar Land and getting that start. So
he went to he was with them in LA. So let's not forget, he went to LA with them, so he got to do the West Coast swing, that type of game. Then the whole, hey, let's get on the bus, get to the plane, go to another city. So he got that under his wings too. So that's the thing that, like you said, isn't really talked about. So that probably made him even more comfortable.
Team plane, steak dinners, probably a little vino. Like, hey, this is the show, baby. Like, I'm glad he got to soak it up and soak it in. His family was there. That was awesome. The teammates being there. Durden, Corey, French, some other guys. Obviously, Mickey Story was there as well. That's really cool, especially with it falling on an off day for the Space Cowboys. To see your boys up in the stands is pretty damn cool. So I think that speaks volumes of Hunter Brown as an individual and teammate. So it's awesome. I think at the end of the day that Hunter Brown was that dog. He was that dog this week.
Hunter Brown, if the rotation holds to what we've seen the last couple of days, and if he does get another start in the rotation, his next start will be in Detroit, where he is homecoming, where he watched and idolized Justin Verlander, and the mechanics are uncanny with how similar they are to Justin Verlander. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he really likes being compared to it, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's a clone. And look, we're in a good spot. We're in a really, really good spot. And I just want to see him build on it. And with JV being out, he's going to be in the rotation. He can probably have 30, maybe 35 innings before the playoffs roll around. That'd be kind of huge.
Hey, for me and you being a couple of half-ass college baseball players, you know where Hunter Brown went to school?
D2 school, right?
Yep, D2 Wayne State.
Wayne State.
D2, baby.
Shout out Wayne State.
So he's got that dog in him. That's a new award.
Got that dog.
Hey, producer Josh, what's the segment you got for us?
Well, first off, I just wanted to say, looking at Baseball Savant, they don't even track.
I love Baseball Savant. Jeez.
Are you a Savant guy?
No.
Oh.
That's an advanced stats site, right?
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
They don't even track his slider as a slider. They have it as a fastball because it was going so fast.
What was the velocity on it? Wasn't there one at like 96.4 or 94.6?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. He topped out at 98.5 on his fastball, and he probably threw like 20 pitches between 96 and 98 throughout the game.
That fucks.
Jesus. That'll play.
That fucks.
That dog will hunt. Brown. That dog will hunt Tur Brown.
Huh. Nice.
There we go. No.
Or Big Game Hunter.
Look, man, check out the new merch, ApolloHOU.com. Big Game Hunter up there. Got a lot of other stuff up on the website with our new acquisition of, what is this? Beerto? Yes. Right?
Your work? Yeah.
Check that out. ApolloHOU.com. All right, what's this new segment we got?
All right, so I'm going to throw out some division races to you. You can tell us whether they're frauds or not.
So we're going to call it fraud or not.
Who's the fraud in the division and who's going to win the division?
So we're going to call it fraud or not.
Fraud or not.
Okay.
Sure. We're workshopping it.
Okay.
All right. Recently, the Yankees have fallen, and the Tampa Bay Rays are only 4.5 games back. We are at September 7th. So, who is the fraud and who's going to win the division?
The Yankees are frauds. 100% they are frauds. Pull up their lineup today.
I know.
I
know. Look, I can't say they're frauds with Aaron Judge in the lineup. Like, the dude's he had a 55th home run today.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know why any team's pitching him. Just pitch around him. No one else in the lineup can do anything.
Giancarlo Stanton is hurt again. Anthony Rizzo went on the IL. They're frauds.
Do you think they get chased down?
Yes. I think they I think they limp into the wild card and then they get beat in the wild card round. If that's a hot take,
what a take.
Mm-hmm.
That is a...
What if there are 27 games left in the season and they're only 4.5 ahead? Is that a fire take?
Yeah.
Is that
a fire take?
Is it
That's
though?
a fire
look
take.
How bad they are this
Shout out Bravada Spy. Fire take.
But look how bad they are.
I don't see Cole losing in the wild card. I don't see Nestor losing.
You don't see Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is
Right.
a shell of himself.
I'll say right now on the on MLB's site, the expected win-loss total right now for them, they should be 88 and 47. So that means they are just finding ways to lose games.
They're frauds.
So, okay, I'm in the not fraud category.
Okay, so not. Okay.
But who is fraudulent is big media saying they're going to beat the Mariners fucking record when they were 22-8. Those people are fraudulent.
Yeah, that's
I think at the end of the day, the Yankees probably get bounced in the ALDS in a 5-gamer. I don't think they match up if they get in and they're limping in like you said. A 5-gamer's a nightmare. The wild card series, I don't see Cole losing.
If they do get to the ALDS, whether that's because they're a division winner or not, they will not get past the first round. They will not get past the ALDS.
I can as of today, I can agree with that statement.
They're frauds.
But I do think the Rays are putting some heat.
Yeah.
Putting some heat on them.
Yeah.
And the Glass now's back now. Yeah, Garrett's dream. We're not gonna talk. That's bad mojo.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
Frauds.
The Rays just find ways, man.
They're always there, man. They're the gnat at a barbecue. They don't go away.
That's a pretty good line. Blue Jays, Orioles, are they in? Do we have 4 teams coming out of the East?
No, I think that. Do y'all hear that right now? My God, it's raining up here on the north side. But the Orioles, what are they? I think they're 6.5 back, right?
Yes, the Orioles are 6 games. Orioles are 9.5 games back. The Blue Jays are 6 games back.
Blue Jays are
in the wild card. Blue Jays have that third wild card spot, and the Orioles are 3.5 games back from the third wild card spot.
Oh, I'm an idiot. So the East is going to get 3 teams, not 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Seattle. Yeah.
All right. What's your next fraud or not scenario, Josh?
All right. 3-team race going on in the AL Central. We have Cleveland up top right now. The Twins are 1.5 games back, and the White Sox are 3 games back. Who's the frauds?
All of them.
Yeah.
And who's gonna win that division though?
The Guardians are gonna win the division. The whole division is a joke. They're all frauds, especially the White Sox. What a laughing stock of a team.
TLR is this a mysterious like a Coach K, like Urban Meyer type thing going on with TLR? Like he's not even like coaching. I'm not gonna like we've made a lot of jokes about Tony La Russa about intentionally walking guys with 2 strikes in the count and trying to cause a scene last year in the ALDS with the whole Graveman hitting Abreu situation. This stuff now where he's sick,
Like, I honestly think that you take baseball out of, he's elderly. Like, and I
think something's wrong.
Yeah, I 100% think something is wrong with him health wise. And it's probably a good thing that he's not managing anymore for this season. I hope he figures it out health wise. But I mean, dude, come on, man. They had an opponent in a 1-2 count, and he chose to intentionally walk him. Like something is going on.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, like something health wise is not okay with Tony La Russa. I hope the best for him, but when it comes to managing, like the game's passed him up. He's a Hall of Fame manager. Let's give him his props and hope the best for him. But that whole division are frauds. The Twins, what do you think they're gonna do? What do they think they're gonna do? Like, come on.
They made the Correa splash, and they're on the outside looking in. I mean, the White Sox were literally the team to beat the Astros last year. Obviously, they didn't do that. And then now Cleveland, Terry Francona just chugging along, just finding ways to win. Like, I think it's Cleveland. Like, I think they're all frauds, but I think it's Cleveland's fraudulent thing to win.
Yeah, it's the fraudulent division. We'll go to the Cleveland Guardians. And then here, I got one real quick before we go to the next one. Carlos Correa said that he loves playing in Minneapolis. Signs are that he's going to opt out, but he wouldn't mind coming back, fraudulent or not. That's saying.
I think that's just playing to the media.
You mean like he did with?
He's not coming back.
You mean like what he did with Houston?
Yeah, exactly. He's just saying what he needs to say.
Like what he did here in Houston?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in Minnesota believes Carlos Correa is coming back.
Yeah,
including Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
Like, but also if they don't make the playoffs, what's his market?
Right. Has he had Josh? Pull up his stats. Pull up his stats. He's had a solid year, but it's
nothing.
It hasn't raised his value, and he's gotten a year older.
It's nothing that would make me, as a general manager, want to throw out a 10-year deal for him.
He's got a 786 OPS, 16 home runs, 270 batting average, 47 RBIs, 3.7 WAR. I mean, he's having a solid season, but it's not going to raise his. It's not going to raise his value any more than it was last year, and probably he's a year older, so it's probably hurt his value.
I mean, he may end up being in Minnesota because there's no one else giving him a bag.
I don't think anybody else is going to throw him a bag. I don't think anyone else will. Maybe it's not going to be Boston. I was going to say Boston because he's got the core connection, but why would you want to throw a shit ton of money at him when you've got Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers? And Devers is a fucking stud.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The Yankees have two young guys.
Right.
That market's there. Obviously, probably Trey Turner's going to get extended in LA. I don't know where you go contender wise.
Where, you know? Yeah,
it's interesting. It really is.
I don't know, man.
Okay. Let's move on to the NL Central.
Ooh.
We got the Cardinals have just come on strong since the second half. They're sitting at 80-56. They have an 8.5 game lead on Milwaukee. Remember at the trade deadline, Milwaukee had a lead in their division.
And 2.5, right?
And then they blew it up. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, they've just fallen off the planet. So I think this one's pretty obvious. Milwaukee's fraud.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the Cardinals and maybe a little bit about Pujols' run at 700.
Pujols is at 695, right?
Yeah, 695. 1 away from A-Rod.
Yep.
5 away from the Magic 700. Look, the Cardinals made a gamble that has paid off now, in the sense of that they made an investment to go get Goldie at first and then Nolan at third. And a lot of people are like, this kind of feels like Angels Redux. Like, why are you getting, 2 corner guys? You're paying a lot of money. It's worked. It's the blood magic that St. Louis just tends to have. And they're playing really good baseball. And shout out Jordan Montgomery. Obviously, the Yankees just gave away for Bader, who hasn't even played an inning yet. He's came over and he's like, I think 6-0, 5-1 since the trade. So the Cardinals I think they're sneaky. Like I mean, obviously it's the Dodgers and Mets. The Braves are there as well, but the Cardinals are playing like kind of getting hot at the right time. It's kind of giving me like past NL East vibes from those teams that have come to beat us in the World Series. So I look, they made an investment and it's paid off. So shout out to them. And then Pujols, I want him to break the record. Like this is a Stockholm syndrome situation where I've just been a prisoner for 2 decades now. I just want him to succeed. I love the guy, I guess.
Yeah, I think from a pure baseball standpoint, you should be rooting for Albert Pujols to get number 700 from a pure baseball standpoint. Okay. I know there's some other things that, some stuff that was mentioned about him divorcing his wife when she had cancer, some stuff that I'm not going to talk into detail about. Like, I don't even know all the details. I don't care. I'm talking about from baseball. If you're a fan of baseball, you should root for him to get 5 more home runs and get to 700 before he retires this season.
And these aren't cheapies.
No.
The last few have not been cheapies. Like, no. One was 100 out his neck. He turned around. The other was 94, 95 on the outside corner. He took the other way, back door. Like,
he took it back door, huh?
Wow. Yeah. A good Oppo taco.
The Mets and Braves are going back and forth.
Look, man, Max Scherzer just went on the IL today, which hurts for the Mets. Jacob deGrom is still there. But, I mean, the Astros have Justin Verlander on the IL. So if you're the Mets and you're a Mets fan, you hope that Scherzer's stuff that he's got going on isn't severe. The Braves are a matchup that I do not want to ever see.
The Braves are a problem.
The Braves are a problem. Like,
the Braves are a problem.
Their matchup is a nightmare. And
they're better this year.
And it's fucking crazy. They're a problem, dude. Their matchup is scary. I don't like it. They can swing it. They can pitch it. They've got a nasty back end of the bullpen. They're just really, really good.
They keep bringing up guys that they're like the Astros of the NLE. They just keep bringing dudes up that you don't really know about unless you follow the team. And then they just shove or they just rake.
Dude,
or they're fast.
They're a problem.
And then they sign them to extensions that don't make any sense. And they have this I think they have their entire core locked up for the next 8 years for like $1.
They do.
It makes no sense, but they're a problem.
They have signed all of their guys for at least 8 years.
Also, the Mets are getting off really easy right now because they've collapsed because I think they were up like 13.5 as well.
Yep.
But everyone's talking about the Yankees.
Yep.
And their collapse. But at least the Yankees still lead the division, have like a 5-game lead. Like the Braves just overtook them.
Right.
Like the Mets legitimately have completely fallen off the railroads.
Yeah.
In the most Mets fashion.
Braves are a
all
problem.
right. Let's talk NL wild card. We have the Braves. Obviously, they're either going to win the first wild card or win the division. They're 10.5 games up on the next 2 wild card teams. The Phillies and the Padres are tied currently for the second and third spots in the wild card. The next team is Milwaukee, 3 games back. So San Diego could kind of just coast into the postseason because the next person up is Milwaukee, and they don't seem to be fighting at all.
Yeah, it's like who wants to get beat up in that first round? Like who wants to go up against the Mets or Braves or the Dodgers? Like
the NL.
I mean, give me San Diego and the Dodgers in the playoffs just because I want them to just go at it and all the energy is going to be spent.
Yeah,
but the Dodgers are going to mop them up. But
the NL, like those teams are going to all beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah,
that's the only hope that the American League has. Because I'm sorry, the NL is the best league right now. They've got the best teams. And if the Astros take care of their business, they will be back in the World Series because there's not a team in the American League that can beat the Astros, in my opinion, in a 7-game series. 5 games, little sketchy.
5 games, little sketch.
Right. But I think it's sketch for everybody because it's 5 games, right? So the Astros have a clear path to the World Series if they take care of business, swing it like they should. But then when you look at the NL, dude, those teams from the wild card all the way until the NLDS, they are going to beat the hell out of each other because Look at teams like the Cardinals. No one's really talking about the Cardinals just besides the Albert Pujols factor. They're just, yeah, exactly. They're just skating right in, playing really good baseball, and no one's talking about them.
Goldie could get the Triple Crown, and no one's talking about it.
No one's talking about it.
No one.
Look up his stats, Josh. Look up Paul Goldschmidt's stats. They are stupid good.
Pride of the Woodlands, friend of Texas State. Paul Goldschmidt, shared a flight with him once. Great guy.
He's at a 7.3 WAR already.
Stupid.
He has 34 bombs, 107 stakes, a 1.028 OPS, and a 193 OPS plus. That is elite.
Yeah.
And the argument was, can he do it outside of Arizona?
Right. Yeah.
Like he keeps this up. He went from Hall of Very Good to Hall of Fame.
He's the NL MVP. He's the NL MVP this season.
100%.
Let's talk about the Astros' path and the AL wild card, which is currently the Rays and Seattle tied at 1.5 games ahead.
I don't like it. I don't
of
like it,
the Blue Jays. So it's basically up between the Blue Jays and Orioles to fight over the third wild card spot.
I would rather, if whoever's coming out of the wild card, I would rather play either the Blue Jays or the Guardians rather than the Mariners or the Rays. The Rays are, look, like I said, I don't think anybody can beat the Astros in the American League, but you get into those 5-game series and it's a 5-game series. Like a couple of years ago.
Pitching wins DS.
What's that?
Pitching wins the division series.
Yes. Yeah. What was it? 5 years, not 5 years ago. A couple of years ago, they had to go all 5 to beat, who was it? Was it the Red Sox? Or no, it wasn't the Twins. Who'd they play in the ALDS a couple years ago? Like 2019.
It was the
Rays.
The Rays.
Yeah, it took them 5. It took them all 5
because
games.
Cole had to shove and get
Cole had to shove, yeah.
Yeah, it was all.
And we had Glasnow was tipping his pitches that we jumped on him early in that series.
Yeah, it took all 5 games.
Yeah, Rays are if the Rays are healthy, that's a different thing. Like Glasnow being spun up in a month is tough. But also they know kind of how to piece things together. They've done it over the last, half decade. Seattle is going to be a problem, not a problem. That's a debate on the line. And the Blue Jays, they can mash, but I don't think their pitching's sustainable, even in a 5-gamer. Like Josh said, like ALDS is about pitching. I mean, playoffs in general is pitching and defense travels. You just hope your offense gets hot and stays hot.
Yeah, but a strong 1, 2, 3 starter.
Yeah,
will just tear up a division series.
The interesting wrinkle in all of this is that 3-game set in the wild card. Like, I think you want every matchup. If you're a seed waiting to play someone, you want that matchup to go 3 games, right? So their rotation is going to be all fucked.
Yeah,
because now you're going to start your number 4 probably in game 1 of the ALDS, but then you're gonna, if you sneak that game, if your 4 somehow beats that team's 1, you're following up game 2 with your 1. And so like that series can switch.
I think the bye is something that we are not talking enough about in baseball. Like that's so huge.
Yeah.
The bye for the team. So the team has to tough through a wild card series and then turn around and immediately play a division series. Meanwhile, the other team just has their ace ready to go.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And the travel schedule is going to be a cluster.
That's something. That's something.
The Seattle New York potential matchup, dude, like in the DS.
That's something that's not being talked about. Is the way that they redid the travel schedule for this upcoming playoffs. Like it's fucked, man.
Which is where having deep depth at pitching is going to be huge, because you have less days off in between some series. So having depth at starter is huge, which is awesome for the Astros because we have that. Yeah,
and I just. For any team or like, it's gonna be so dumb. It's gonna be so dumb. It sucks. It sucks for all fans of baseball because if you have a late West Coast game, then you got to turn around and play in New York the next day. Like, I mean, I'm glad we're centrally based. I mean, kind of get anywhere, but golly, that some matchups are gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah.
Quick update. Irrelevant to this topic, but Spencer Strider just got his 9th K of the day. So shouts out to Dez's prize pick bet.
Shout out Prize Picks. throw us the bag.
Well, that's it. That's it for that segment.
I have a final segment before we wrap up.
Yep.
Just gun to your head right now, Brian LaLima. Who is your AL MVP?
Aaron Judge.
Judge
Aaron
over
Judge.
Otani. Is it close to you, or is it
No.
just
No. I like Shohei Ohtani, and he's one of the most unique players that we will ever see. But what Aaron Judge is doing this season on a team that you thought was going to make a run at the Mariners, however many wins, 116 or whatever that crazy season was, to what they're doing now in a lineup that literally cannot hit the baseball, and Aaron Judge continues to do what he's doing, 100%.
Well, he's the only thing keeping him afloat right now.
55 bombs.
Yeah,
26.
He's the only reason they're still winning.
He might hit 62.
he's going to break Maris's record? And it's going to be very funny to see the language of steroid talk change before Yankee fans. It's going to be very, very funny to see that.
It'll be rich.
It's going to be very interesting.
When they get bounced in the first round, or if they limp into the wild card series, either way, when they get eliminated and it's in either the wild card round or the ALDS, Aaron Boone is 1,000% getting fired.
Yeah.
He might get fired even if they make it to the ALCS.
You know who could be an interesting manager candidate
For the Yankees?
Yeah.
I know you're not about to say Joe Espada.
Yeah.
No way, dude. There's no way he would go there.
I believe he coached there. I believe he was Girardi's bench coach. Producer Josh, can you look that up real quick?
Yes.
I think I saw it was A-Rod. He tweeted something about his last home run, and when they pulled him off this, I think Espada was a Girardi guy.
Producer Josh looking it up.
He's looking it up.
No, I'm trying to navigate between his
Wikipedia page, probably.
manager stats and his player stats.
But yeah, I think that'd be a very interesting name. Just like the other interesting name I heard about Sandy Alcantara before the trade deadline. There you go, everyone.
Joe Espada was
January 11th, 2015. The Yankees hired Joe Espada as the team's new infield and third base coach. He was there
2015 to 2017.
Yep.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Why is that?
But yeah, that's it for me. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Fraud or not, we done?
Fraud or not, we're done.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to get off your phone, we're doing a show.
Sorry,
here.
I was reading more on Joe Espada, man. I really didn't realize he was in New York for 2 years.
Yeah, we sent him home.
He was with the Marlins before that. Man.
We sent Espada home twice, 15 and 17.
Nice. That's
what a hire that was.
That's something to that's something to watch, man. When Aaron Boone loses his job this season because the Yankees are going to limp into the wild card and get beat. Garrett Cole, shell of himself. Unless they got a new sticky substance floating around, which could be.
I think there's a new sticky, bro.
There probably is.
Dude, I think there's a lot of dudes with some feathered hair. There's a lot of things going. There's a lot more of this going on. There's a lot more of this going on. I don't know. I mean, there's always this, and the fake. There's just a lot going on.
Yep. There's something going on. Hey, but that's gonna do it. You got anything before we get out of here? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to clap. Am I gonna screw it up? No.
Just keep winning. Keep winning.
Just keep winning. We will be back in a couple of days. Astros taking on the Rangers. Who else they got? Are they playing LA again?
I think the Angels coming down.
Yeah, they play the Angels. Angels are in town this weekend.
And then they go to Detroit. Hunter Brown probably going to make a start in his hometown, so that'll be fun to watch. Going to do it for ApolloDez and our producer, Josh Strohs. Peace.
Love you guys.